Here we go, just a baby hit right here. First gear. How's it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video. I was trying to do a Jersey accent. That doesn't sound like a Jersey accent. That sounds like I smoked 2 boxes of cigarettes a day. Anyways, welcome. We are working on the S650 today. We do have parts coming. We have a full exhaust coming from Pipes Performance. That got shipped out today. But today we're doing something absolutely free. If you have an S650 or any newer car, this mod will apply to you. I'll show you guys, but first, let's pop the hood. Dude, this thing, like, we just washed it. And they're doing construction. It looks like we have flake in the paint. It's just like dust. They're doing construction down the street, and I don't like that. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna complain to the city, tell them to stop doing construction. Okay, so this is what the engine bay looks like. I don't know if I've shown it on the channel. It's got 2 suckies right here. This way she can take 2 at the same time. She's pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. 2 air boxes. So there's 2 things in those air boxes that are really limiting the performance. And the reason why we're doing this is because tonight I'm gonna try to line up the Mustang versus the Honda. Some people are betting the Mustang are gonna win, some people are betting the Honda are gonna win. I don't know where I lean yet. I think if the Honda hooks, it's gonna kick its ass, but we'll have to see. A10 moves pretty damn good. And with this new mod freeing up some more horsepower, Honda might get caught sleeping. Anyways, let me show you guys what we gotta do. So, underneath the hood, like I said, we have 2 air boxes. And inside this little cylindrical area, there are things called carbon traps. What they do, don't know. They do something with like the EPA. So of course, guys, if you remove these, you probably should put them back in because it's probably not good for the environment or something like that. You know, as if I wanted my V8 to be good for the environment. Look, and I got enough cars that are healthy, you know, E85. That's a good gas. This one's on 91. Eventually, maybe one day it'll be on 85. But anyways, we got a couple things in here we gotta remove. Is that how loose they normally are? Oh, I think this is just a lid, right? Wow, that comes apart easy. Wow, look at those suckies. Drop some K&Ns in this bitch and call it a day. All right, yeah, let me pull these off. Pretty much these carbon traps, I believe they restrict vapors from coming out of your intake pipes. I don't think that's a huge issue. I don't think we're saving any sea turtles with these. So yank them out, and American Muscle actually dynoed the car before and after, because I guarantee there's going to be people that say, Drew, if they could have got 5 more horsepower out of the car, they would have. And yes, peak horsepower only goes up about 5.
Third gear baseline run from today, 409, 342. Now let's get to work removing those traps. Just ran it back in third gear and the car made power. 414, 345, so we picked up 5 horsepower and 3 pound-feet of torque peak. But the big story here, guys, is the number under the curve. Look at this. You're picking up about 22 pound-feet of torque and 16 horsepower underneath the curve at the tires.
But the mid-range power is where you see really good gains. Like, yes, the car I think went from like 409 to 414 wheel horsepower, 5 horsepower peak. But in the mid-range, we're seeing the gains of, I think, like 15 or 20. So it's going to feel a little bit more oomphy in the middle of the power band, which is what we need if we're trying to beat that little Honda over there. That little slimy bastard. By the way, if you guys want to get that car, win the car, do whatever you want to do with that car, go check out my Instagram. Yes, go check it out. Anyways, let's start doing this. So underneath the hood, like I said, not all cars come with these. I would look to see if yours do. Hey, look at that. They put a little V8 badge inside the filter lid. That's interesting. Ford just always knows what to do to make these cars better. And I think right here, actually, look at this. They have all of the that's actually cool. They have all of the engine cubic inches in liters, which is ironic. Well, not ironic, but it's just weird that they would put it on the bottom side of a lid. That's a cute little Easter egg, Ford. Anywho, yeah, so we got to remove I want to start with the filter. I don't know. We're just going to rip off these tubes, pretty much. We're going to rip off these intake tubes and fish them out. So let me take one off and I'll show you guys, and then I'll show you guys what I had to do. So it's probably going to be a bitch. Okay, so to access it, it's actually really easy. A couple screws, couple connections, and there they are right there. You can see them just clearly blocking the airflow. Now again, the dealers say that this doesn't rob you of horsepower. The dealers are lying to you. They're feeding you this false narrative. They want you to lose more races. So that's why they put these suckers in there. They don't want you to be fast. They don't want you to have fun. Go ahead, and then I'm gonna rip this one out and see what the best way to do it is. Literally 5 seconds later, we just gained 5 horsepower. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a fucking race car. It's just plastic. It just literally is plastic. This is probably like the actual filter or whatever catches it, but oh, that does smell a little bit like gas. Oh, I'll definitely be reinstalling that. Gonna definitely toss those in after this video. Yeah, let me reassemble this side and then do the other side, but it is extremely easy. It's probably gonna take you 10 minutes. Each car might be a little different. There might be little tabs that you need to break or like Dremel off, but it's extremely easy. I'm sure you guys can figure it out. And for those of you wondering, why not just throw some intakes on this thing? They probably would be way more free-flowing. This is a pretty functional and efficient intake system, I think. I don't think there's much better that you can improve on. I mean, this thing is ducted. If we look in here, hopefully you guys can see it. You can see the little yellow filter back there. I don't know if you guys can see it. But that's actually the filter. It's a straight duct that goes in there. So maybe just high flow intakes and that will be it. But other than that, I don't think you need to do a whole lot. All right, both are removed. Let's go take it for a spin. Let's see how it sounds on a cold start. Maybe it's gonna sound 10 times louder now. Secret car mod? Secret hack? Let's see. Yeah, that thing is scary loud now. I think all the Karens are gonna be upset. So what I'm gonna actually do is go put some gas in it and then go get some car soap so that way I can wash the car because it is pretty disgusting. And then we'll go for a test drive. I also want the computer to adjust. I'm sure with all that extra flow that the computer has to somehow adjust and make it so much faster. So we'll give it a couple minutes. I'll go put a couple miles on it and I'll be back. All right, the car is nice and clean. So much better. Look at that. No more crusty, dusty ass car. So we're gonna go take her for a spin. I'm not gonna wear my GoPro. I'm just going to place this camera in my t-shirt and it'll hold it. I know it sounds stupid. It should work. Anyways, I'm interested to see how it feels just from going and picking up some soap and coming back. Got on it a little bit and I mean, it felt kind of rowdy. So let's find out. So, I mean, just driving it around, yeah, I mean, it feels better. The t-shirt I did didn't work, so I'm just kind of holding the camera awkwardly. I'm not looking through it. I'm still obviously driving with one hand. Anywho, yeah, it feels a little peppier. Like I'm in second gear right now. And when I get on it, I mean, it moves. I think that mid-band torque is definitely up. Like it goes. It was quick before, but I think obviously just based off of the dyno sheet and what we can see, you somewhat feel it. It's not a giant, you know, noticeable difference, but I think if we lined this car up against a completely stock one, that we would actually notice it. So I think when we get the exhaust, the next thing will be obviously the exhaust, but maybe some high flow intakes, and that will really help out the breathing of the vehicle. We'll have a higher flowing exhaust, we'll have higher flowing intake filters, and that will I mean, it should bump up the power a little bit, maybe like 10 horsepower. I'm not expecting a whole lot, but it does have a little bit of a giddy up to her. Now, hey, look at a purple Subi. I don't look too bad. But yeah, I'll get on it a little bit up here. Let me just get through these train tracks really quick, and we'll see what second gear's got. I mean, yeah, it's quick. It's plenty quick for the street. We don't need to go much faster than that. And like I said, I feel a little bit more punch getting on it in like the mid-range. But again, with the dyno chart, I know it did do something. With that fact, I know it did do something. And before someone says, oh, well, they possibly tuned for it, you can't. The ECUs are locked. So they did the exact same thing I did. I'm gonna make a U-turn right here and get on it in first. We'll see what it does. A little bit, just get on it a little bit. I love these tires. These tires hook and book. Watch this really quick. We're in first gear. Don't even gotta worry, just, oh my God. Yeah, she's pretty quick, I'm not gonna lie. She gets up and goes. This is gonna be a very interesting race between this and the Honda Civic, because the Honda Civic's quick, but it's like all those old JDM, you know, memes of like the mid 2015s and stuff. Boost loading, hold up, boost loading. I want to do another first gear just because I feel so sick. Oh, I love this car. She's a little mover. Just look at this. We're gonna be at 4,000 RPM right here. Just boom. I mean, it moves. Dude, with the new exhaust, oh, it's gonna be so sick. I'm super excited for the exhaust. I think you guys are gonna really like how it sounds. We didn't go for anything super crazy, something that we can street, and I think it's gonna be really nice. But yeah, this thing is coming together pretty good. I do need to get an alignment still. Steering is a little off a little bit, but other than that, she's a mover. If you guys haven't seen, we took it to the canyon the other day, and with the tires and the suspension, it did actually pretty well. We took it to a little tiny canyon, and it did well. So go check out Mammy's video for that. But it's addicting to hit that first gear hit. It launches pretty hard. I can only imagine like an all-wheel drive, high horsepower car. I could only imagine that. But anyways, maybe we'll get one more pull. I'll make a U-turn up here. This is like an industrial area, so there's not many cars and there's not many people. So there's a lot of opportunities for little baby pulls. Here we go, just a baby hit right here. First gear. Dude, that's quick. It moves really good. This Prius really pulled it. I mean, like, we have plenty of room. Like I said, I barely got on it, but it moves pretty good. I don't know. I feel like I can notice a difference. I think the biggest difference was these tires. It would not hook before with these tires, but now it's hooking and booking. Dude, I cannot wait for this exhaust. I'm so excited. Anyways, let's head back home. I'm gonna get the Honda ready for the race. That'll probably be in a different video because this one's probably already long enough. So let's go home and let's discuss more plans for this vehicle. I mean, it's not too shabby. I mean, free horsepower is free horsepower. Quick 10 minutes. We gained, what, 5 peak horsepower, and I forgot what the dyno graph said, but like 15 to 20 in the mid-range, that's no slouch right there. That's definitely worth your 10 minutes, no doubt. Anyways, like I previously said, we are going to be racing the Mustang versus the Honda tonight. Lil Miss Mammy thinks that her new 5.0 can beat that old 92S. I don't know what she's been smoking, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Anyways, the exhaust should be here next week, and then we'll get that tossed on, as well as hopefully some filters. And then I know Mammy wants to do some appearance stuff since we have already dove into performance. She wants to make it look not like a stock GT. So give her some ideas. What do you guys think? I'm thinking it needs some sort of chin splitter. I'm thinking maybe some carbon here and there. And it definitely needs a wing. It needs some sort of wing or ducktail back here because this is just god awful. Ford, you fucked up. Sadly, I don't think anyone makes a dark horse or performance pack wing for this car yet. I think Steeda makes a GT500 style like duckbill, which is what we're leaning towards. But if they made a dark horse or performance pack wing, oh, we would be all over that. You could buy it from Ford. It's just $2,900, so we're gonna opt out of that option. That's why the dark horse is $70,000, because you have a $3,000 plastic wing. It makes all the sense in the world. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know down below. The Supra motor is being reassembled. I got the gasket kit in. I just haven't had the time to go ahead and slap it all together. I want to make sure I'm meticulous about it. I want to make sure everything looks good before I just start bolting shit together. So one day this week or next week, I'm going to go ahead and do that. The head is back. It looks beautiful. So motor should be good for 10 to 1,200 horsepower. Then it's just getting the rest of the chassis reassembled, and I mean, should be back on the road pretty soon here. I mean, I'm thinking hopefully by the end of the year, we'll be good cruising in the Supra again. Anyways though, subscribe to see more videos like this one, and until next video, peace.